Welcome back, Comet Country. We've got another great game on slate for you today. We have the Mason Comets taking on the Lakota East Thunderhawks. And Daniel, what are we looking forward tonight, man? A huge game between, the undefeated Comets and, the second place team in the GMC and Lakota East Thunderhawks.
Yeah, you kind of hit on it. It's number 1 and number 2 in the conference. The Comets, they come in, they're 12-0 in the GMC, and really, they haven't been looking back since that first game against Princeton, where we didn't know what we were going to see. It was the first big GMC game, and they delivered big. It's games like this that Maddie Parrish, Anna Habra, and the freshman Taylor Stanfield are going to have to play very good, because a game like this, while it doesn't decide the GMC champions, it's going to play about 90% of the role. So today is a must-win for both of these teams going into conference play.
Yeah, of course, and you obviously want to beat your rivals whenever you get to play them. And we're going to start it off here with Thunderhawks getting the ball. It's going to be stolen by Steinfield, though. Pushed up the floor to Gilman. Gilman with quick two.
Beautiful sequence right there. Great play there from Taylor Stanfield, obviously, and then a great look to Addie Gilman. You want to have a big game from Addie Gilman. She's one of your main guards next to Maddie Parrish, and Anna Habra, you can kind of consider a forward. But a great start there for the Comets. They want to play with that intensity all night.
For sure. Asher's going to be at the top of the key here. Pushing it down below. It's going to be Straub. Straub throws it out of bounds. And it's going to be the Comets' ball here, going the other way. Great defensive possession right there by the Comets, able to force a mistake by the other team early.
It was great defense from Maddie Gilman right there. She's already in this first minute been making a nice little impact.
And Habra pushing up the floor fast. Wild pass out to Gilman. Gilman quickly gets it over to Parrish, and it's going to be stolen by Batcher. Batcher pushing it up herself, gives it over to Straub. Straub back out to, and she hits it. Straub with the three to take an early lead here for the Thunderhawks.
Parker Stroud, a 27% three-point shooter. That's a big shot there to get those first points for the Thunderhawks.
As Steinfield tries one herself, unable to hit it. Down to Habra, though, and she gets it right back to Steinman for the bucket.
Yeah, Anna Habra, 4th in the GMC in assists coming into tonight. That's her 51st of the year. She's just one of the most dynamic players overall. You have the shooter in Maddie Parrish, and you just have that overall just great player in Anna Habra.
And Asher tries to get it there, but pushed up to Steinfield. Steinfield with a nice mid-range stroke there.
Yeah, this great offense already from Mason. They're doing everything that they need to defensively. They're playing aggressive, and then they're just hitting their shots. The Comets coming into tonight best in the GMC, averaging about 60 points per game, and right now they're shooting like it.
And Asher pushing it below, unable to get the layup though, and she's going to foul Habra after she gets the rebound there.
Yeah, it looked like she just got tripped there. That's an easy foul. Habra trying to go quickly, as she always does, and it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, it's always gas, no break there for Habra, and it's going to be Comets ball up here, 6-3, 5:50 left in the game. Habra has it on the wing, trying to get it to Parrish. Parrish gets it, gets a screen from Knight, gives it back to Knight in the corner. Steinfield already hit one earlier, thinks about taking it but doesn't. Gets it back to Steinfield below. What a cut by Sullivan. Steinfield for the two.
I mean, the freshman's having a game right now. This is something that you love to see. Even regardless of the grade, that's a star player out on the court right now. And just knowing that she's a freshman, knowing you have her for the next 4 years. We talked a bit about Austin Trends last night for the boys team, being a freshman and making the impact he has. Words don't really describe how big of a role that Taylor Stanfield has been playing in her first year.
And Sturgill tries to find Johnson underneath, but unable to hit her. Still going to stay with the Thunderhawks here, though. 5:15 left in this game. Inbounded to Sturgill. Sturgill out to Johnson on the wing. Back to Asher in the corner. And they're just going to elect to back it out. Gilman getting all up in her grill. And the Comets are playing some great defense here, playing very aggressively out on the perimeter. Not letting anything inside, and definitely not letting him take any threes as they force a turnover here. Great job by the Comets.
Yeah, so far this Comet defense, they're not letting Lakota West into the paint whatsoever. We're going to get a timeout here, and I mean, you gotta love what you've been seeing from this team. It's already an 8-3 lead for the Comets in a game where they know that they need to win. You know, they lost earlier in the season to Anthony Wayne. That was their first loss of the season. A team who, you know, we thought about halfway through the year, hey, this team could go undefeated. They're rolling through these teams. They take that loss, then they go back the next day and they beat Olmsted, the defending state champion. So this Comet team, you know, ever since that loss, they've won the last 3, and you know, the way that they're playing, it's going to be for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Comets are going to have to get Paris to go in here early. You know, she's not been having those buckets early so far, but you know she's going to get going. It's really been the Steinfeld show so far. She's had a couple great buckets, the freshman, been able to, you know, have great backdoor cuts, and I mean, that's just, she's been able to just show so much improvement already this season, and it just really makes you happy and excited to see what you're going to see not only the rest of this year, but over the next 3 years.
Yeah, it's been 3 years in a row that we've seen a freshman make a big impact. 3 years ago, you know, my freshman year was Anna Habra. Last year was Addie Gilman, and now Taylor Stanfield continuing that 3-year stretch.
Parrish from way downtown, unable to hit it though, and it's going to be Hawks ball.
Yeah,
down by 5.
An unusual air ball from the girl who's, you know, top 3 on the team shooting 3-point percentage. Really, do you see that? Something to mention, Maddie Parrish coming into tonight, 289 points on the year, so she needs 11 tonight to get up to that 300 mark.
You got to think she's going to get that. On the wing here, passes it to the top of the key with Asher. Asher pushing it underneath, kicks it out to Straub. Straub for 3, and she hits it as she gets pummeled by Parrish.
That's already
shot by Straub.
It's already 2 threes tonight for Straub. She's making a big impact for this team and keeping Lakota East in right now. She's kind of been the main offense tonight in these first few minutes.
And a Habra at the top of the key, spreading the wealth to Gilman here. Gilman over to Parrish, just playing at the top of the key right now. Steinfeld tries to get something going. It's going to be hit out of bounds off of Johnson. Stay with the Comets. And a Habra's going to come out. Maddie Parrish is going to inbound it to Kessler. Kessler, screen by Knight. Elects not to though. Kessler takes it up herself. Pass it around the key, and unfortunately, Steinfield's not going to be able to hold on to that one. It's going to be Hawks ball. 6-8 is your score right now. 3:30 left in the game. And it's been a competitive game so far. I mean, you know, the Comets have steamrolled a lot of their opponents so far, but, you know, the East is holding up well.
Yeah, and something to mention about East, their one GMC loss is coming to the Sycamore Aviators earlier this year. And you look at the Comets, they're coming off of a 54-39, you know, commanding win over them.
Great drive by Batcher there, but she's unable to finish it. Kessler pushing it up to Gilman. Gilman thinks about it, backs out. Steinfeld drives it herself, and she takes it up strong. Taylor Steinfeld with the strong 2.
I mean, just what a play there from the freshman. We've mentioned it a couple of times. They're just kicking the same bucket. This freshman having a game so far and coming off of a 19-point game. Something to mention, rarely when you score 19 points in a game, you would think that's your highest number stat. It wasn't. She had 20 rebounds in that game. And it's an offensive rebound. Something to mention is, you know, yesterday in the Sycamore game versus when Mason went to play the Aviators, you know, their guy Samuel Amade, he had 17 points in that game previous before the Comets played them. They had 16 rebounds. So I was kind of mentioning last night, you know, you never really see a guy have more rebounds than points when he's scoring that much. And
you do not see many 20 rebound games now.
Yeah, rarely do you see that. Stanfield doing that as a freshman.
Johnson gets it out to Knight. Knight back to the top of the key with Parrish. Finding Kessler inside. Tries to get the back cut to Johnson. It's going to be stolen away by Batcher. Batcher's going to take it up herself here. 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Comets up by 4 points. Batcher gets a screen from Sturgill. Batcher rounding the corner. Takes it herself. Almost gets the layup to go, but isn't able to. It's going to stay with the Hawks, though. It's going to be Asher to inbound. Gets it out to Sturgill. Sturgill to Batcher. Almost stolen by Steinfeld. Batcher trying to take it up. Gives it over to Sturgill. Sturgill, 3 people on her. She gets it stolen away by Knight. Knight battling it for Kessler, and it's going to stay with the Hawks. After a well-fought battle there, the Hawks are the ones that come out on top of that.
Yeah, that ball just flying everywhere on the court. Kessler chasing after it. Going to be last touch by her, so East is going to take it out. Now, you don't want to see that. You want your guys to just keep possession, but unfortunate little break there against the Comets.
Asher inbounds it to Batcher. Batcher almost stolen again. This Comets defense is getting in everyone's face. Asher taking it up against Johnson, and she gets it to go. Falling over. What a shot.
Yeah, Brooke Asher has been the girl against the Comets, especially last year. 10 points in the first meeting, 15 in the second.
Deep three by Maddie Parrish to a spawn. What a shot. Batcher takes it right back down, tries to get it up, and it's going to be a travel on Batcher. What good defense by the Comets.
Yeah, that gets some energy into this Pearson Comets student section. Yeah, a deep three from Maddie Parrish. We know how good she can shoot. Was named as a finalist for the McDonald All-American Award, just recently. Is someone who, you're going to be biased here, a Mason fan. Think she should win it, but congrats to her for being named as a finalist.
It was only a matter of time before she got going. Habra slicing and dicing underneath, can't finish the layup though. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson gives it up to Asher. And Asher's going to take it up herself here. Driving in strong. He's going to get a foul called on Johnson. It's going to be 2 shots for Brooke Asher. 51 seconds left in this quarter. Comets up 13-8. It's been a well-fought battle so far, hasn't it, Daniel?
Yeah, now going up to the line, the top free throw shooter in the GMC, Brooke Asher, a 91% free throw shooter. No announcers shinks on that first one, but, how good do you have to be shooting over 90% from the free throw line? It's what she's been doing all year.
Yeah, there's not many NBA players that can even do that. That's well-achieved stat even at that level, and she hits both of them there. Habra taking up the ball, 48 seconds left. Maybe try to hold it here. Maybe try to get a 2-for-1. Out to Parrish on the wing. Parrish wide open. She takes it. She hits it. Maddie Parrish with another 3.
And how number 4 is starting to get hot. It's what Lakota East doesn't want to see is with the girl who's averaging the most points in the GMC, about 19. Her starting to get hot.
And Asher takes it strong again herself against a very hard defender in Habra there. 18 seconds left. You got to think the Comets are going to try to get the last bucket. The last shot off right here. Johnson on the wing, just slowing it down back out to Habra. Johnson gets it inside to Parrish. Parrish, what a pump fake. Gets a nice easy 2. Yeah. 3 seconds left. They try to chuck up a full-court shot here, and it's not going to be able to go. And your final score at the end of the first quarter is going to be 18-12. We have a full game for you in the store. We'll be back with you after one moment. Welcome back. We are in the second quarter right now. 18-12 is your score. The Comets had a great first quarter there. Maddie Parrish getting 8 good points at the end of the first quarter there. What would you like to see out of her in the second?
I want to see her continuing playing the way that she is.
She does right there with a nice turnaround bucket, man.
Yeah, she's just starting to catch fire, and in those past few minutes, we didn't see her at the start of the game. It was Taylor Steinfeld and Addie Gilman playing so well for this team, but then we see, a potential athlete of the year starting to play that way.
Great cut by Butts, but she's unable to finish it. Quick transition here by Parrish. Parrish getting it up to Haber. Haber dicing it in the middle and unable to finish. East is going to try to get it up on their own. It's going to be Johnson. Johnson up to Sturgill real quick. Gets it out to Butts, and it's going to be out of bounds on East. It's going to stay with the Comets going the other way. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Haber to take it up. Still the dynamic duo of Haber and Parrish in the game right now. She gets it over to Knight. Knight, she's playing it slow, slowing it down. Getting over to Haber on the wing. Haber has an ISO. Takes the mid-range jumper. Isn't able to hit it. Rebounded by Johnson, though. She gets it back on the wing. Thinks about it. Elects not to take it. Parrish at the top of the key. Jazz almost pulls up. And they're just playing ring around the rosy right now, trying to get a nice shot off. Gets it to Johnson, wide open on the top of the key, and she hits it. Jazz Johnson for 3, and that's 5 quick points for the Comets.
Yeah, Jazz Johnson, he had 24 points earlier this year, and 5 of those shots came from the three-point line. She's one of the big three-point shooters. A lot of times when she's taking a shot, it's behind that line. That's not a big three.
And the Thunderhawks are going to have to get Asher going here even more than she already has. I mean, already down by 11 early in the second quarter. Got to get something going. It's going to be Batcher, top of the key. Jazz Johnson guarding up tight, not letting her any breathing room. Gets it out to Asher. Thinks about throwing it, does not though. That would have been a deep three. It's going to be a foul on Gilman. Got a little too handsy on Asher. It's going to be Thunderhawks ball here. 12-13 is your score. Comets lead. 5:52 left in this half.
Yeah, just so far, the Comets are playing like a GMC winning team. Playing the number 2 team in the conference that we've mentioned a few times already.
And Sturgill takes it up strong on Steinfield to get a nice bucket that they needed badly. That's their first points in the second quarter. Parrish to Gilman. Gilman rounding the corner with the Steinfield screen. Haber on the wing, trying to slice it up the middle, and she gets it, unable to finish though. Rare miss by Haber there, and East is going to get it right back down the floor with a nice Johnson layup. Yeah, great respond there by the Thunderhawks, wasn't it? As Parrish going to pull up here. That one is not going to be good, but Steinfield gets the rebound, goes up strong, and it's not going to be converted either there. And this is some fast-paced ball here. The Thunderhawks already getting it down the floor. Sturgill into the corner. Gets it down to Johnson. Johnson underneath on the dynamic Haber. Back out to Sturgill. Gets double teamed a little bit. Gets it out to Asher. Asher pushes it in, takes a nice little floater, and hits it. It's 3 quick buckets there by Easton. It's going to be stolen by Johnson. Asher picking it up at half court, passing it back down to Johnson. And it's going to be a kick ball violation on the Comets. Wow, what a turn of events we just had here.
Yeah, the first time that we've seen them doing a bit of a full court press right there. It completely caught the Comets off guard, and that almost worked in a huge favor for Lakota East. And now it's only a 5-point game. The Comets were just up 23-12, had a pretty comfortable lead, almost double the score, but in just about a minute.
And a nice turnaround by Batcher. Man, East has just forced their way back into this game, haven't they?
Yeah, this second quarter, it just felt like they've, kind of lit a match and hit a bit of a spark.
And it's going to be off the leg of Sturgill there, luckily picking up by Parrish. Parrish got to get something going, takes a step back 3, unable to convert, but Knight gets it right back and goes up and hits the and 1. A much-needed bucket there for the Comets.
Yeah, big shot there, big rebound there by Annalise Knight. That's been her role this entire season. She's not someone who's going to, drop all the points in the world, but she's going to get you those offensive rebounds. And that time it works perfectly. She gets the N1, and she'll go to the line. Look at Knight, 7 for 14 on the year from the free throw line, trying to get above that 50%.
Knight to shoot one. The high arcing free throw shot gets in to push this lead to 6. 4 minutes left in this half. Habra's going to check out for the Comets. Top of the key here, Buds gets it down to Chow. It's going to be a foul on the Comets though. It's going to be, actually it's going to be a turnover on the Hawks, so the Hawks are going to give the ball up to the Comets here. 3:40 left in this half. And it's stolen away by Asher. Asher pushing it up 2-on-1. Just going to take it herself, and what a bucket by Brooke Asher. Who can stop her?
That's 10 points already for Brooke Asher. She matches her performance in that first meeting against the Comets. Already in this first half, it looks like she's going to have a huge night.
Gilman taking it down low. Normally a three-point shooter. It's going to be rebounded by Kessler. Kessler gets her own rebound again. It's going to be a foul on the Thunderhawks.
And this Comet team, rarely have we, I don't think we've seen this at all so far this year, about them going on a bit of a run like this. They had such a lead, and now Lakota East just taking back all of the momentum, and in these past couple of minutes, we haven't seen this at all this year.
No, but it's going to be Parrish to inbound, only up by 4 right now. It was just an 11-point lead the other minute, but Brooke Asher and this Lakota East Thunderhawks team has just forced their way back into it. Parrish to inbound. Stanfield on the wing. Stanfield putting a move on her. Tries to get it in, but unable to. Kessler is going to be the throwaway option there. Kessler trying to get something on herself, but unable to. This Thunderhawks team is guarding up tight. Knight in the middle, gets it to Habra. Habra with the pull-up mid-ranger, and she hits it! Anna Habra with the two.
That's what the Comets are going to need a lot more of tonight, is Anna Habra to be shooting from the field that well.
And another quick transition here by the Thunderhawks, but they're unable to get it to go. And it's going to be the Thunderhawks ball underneath. This is such a fast-paced game.
Absolutely.
It's really just unlike anything I've ever seen out of another team playing the Comets.
Yeah, we go back to Anna Habra, top shooter field goal percent-wise in the GMC, just about 55%. It's why this is a girl we're likely going to see for the second year in a row get first-team honors in the GMC, shooting that well. And it's not one of those layups all the time kind of shooters as well. She's pulling up from mid-range most of the time.
She's going to be on the wing, gives it up to Stanfield. Stanfield tries to put a move on, but gets it caught up in her legs. Habra with a one-on-one on the outside, though, trying to take it herself underneath. Whips it around to Parrish, but it's going to be blocked away by Asher. It's going to stay with the Comets up 6 here, 2:20 left in this half.
Yeah, that was a nice little regroup from Stanfield. Lost her footing, fell right down, but then was just able, before a travel or anything gets called, just fires it out to the corner, and it works out well. Comets will keep possession.
Parrish to inbound, trying to find Stanfield. Does at the top of the key. Gets back out to Parrish. Parrish with a deep three again. No good. But Stanfield rips it away. Gets it back out to Johnson. Johnson for her three. And just unable to get those three balls to go there, unfortunately. But you know they're going to have to fall eventually.
Yeah, the Comets recently just been struggling from shooting, especially from the three-point line. And team that's shooting just a little over 28% as a team.
Brooke Asher is going to just force her way through to give it up to Stroud for the bucket. And she's just commanding this Thunderhawks offense amazingly right now, being able to slice it and dice it and be able to take it herself when she needs to.
Yeah, that's 8 for Stroud already. Her and Asher. Now, not to say putting this team on their back, as this entire offense has been playing well, but they're having a great performance so far.
And the Thunderhawks are going to push it up fast here. Batcher gets it back out to Asher. Asher on the wing, gets it to Sturgill. Sturgill with a one-on-one below, takes it up on Knight. It's going to be blocked by Knight. She gets it up to Habra. Habra with the step back three, and it's not going to be able to fall. Again, another missed three by the Comets there. Unfortunate, but it's not a bad shot. Asher on the wing.
I have a feeling we're going to get a timeout in these next couple of seconds, most likely from Coach Dudgeon's Comet team. Just the sloppiest that they've been in a while.
What a pass by Johnson, or Batcher, but it's unable to be finished there by Johnson. As there's 39 seconds left in this game, Stanfield on the wing, taking it underneath. Nothing there though. Gets it back out to Parrish. Parrish trying to find something herself, and she does! And it's a bucket with 30 seconds left in this half.
What a floater. That right hand from Maddie Parrish drills it right through. Doesn't even need the backboard on that one. Just a great play there from number 4.
15 seconds left. The Thunderhawks are going to wait to take the last shot on this. Asher on the wing, guarded by Habra. Up close, 8 seconds now. Asher's going to push it, take it underneath. Gets stolen away, though, by the Comets. It's going to be out of bounds, however, on Anna Habra. It's going to stay with the Thunderhawks here with 1.4 seconds on the clock. 6-point game. It's a big shot here if they can cut it to 3 with a 3-point ball, or maybe get it down to 4 with any bucket.
That one was going right for Principal Brown down there. Had to move out of the way very quickly.
Inbounds it, but it's going to be out of bounds. And they're going to call that halftime. So that's going to be the half here at Lakota East. Comets up 30-24. We have a great second half for you on the other end of this. Thank you. Welcome back, Comet Country. We have second half basketball for you here after an electric first half there from the Comets, Daniel. What did you like out of the Comets there in that first half?
Yeah, in that first quarter, they were dominating pretty well. It started out with Taylor Stanfield, driving on that team, and Addie Gilman hitting a couple shots as well. Then it started to kind of mellow out a little bit. Both teams were kind of at a bit of a stalemate. Then it felt like out of nowhere, Lakota East just hit a spark, scoring, it was 23-12 at one point, and about a minute and a half, it was 23-21, I believe. So the Comets, they need to eliminate those runs for Lakota East. Their offense needs to be a lot more consistent in the second half, and it'll be an easy win.
And Sturgill's getting it blocked by Knight there. Habra putting it up the floor quickly. She takes it up and gets the nice little layup to start out the half here for the Comets.
Yeah, Anna Habra's been doing that all night. She's been hitting those layups. She's been hitting the jump shots as well. Overall, just a great game from someone who needs to be having a great game right now.
Yeah, transition points are a big part of this Comets team as Asher's going to take it up, not able to hit it. Rebounded out to Gilman. Gilman guarded by Batchery. Out to Habra. Habra, top of the key. Getting a screen by Knight here. And she just gives it up to Parrish.
And we saw Maddie Parrish kind of strike some fire a little bit earlier, hit a couple of threes, just hit a couple of shots in general, and then the rest of the game, it's been pretty cool.
Maddie Parrish pulls up over two people for the three. What a good shot from Parrish there.
It's a beautiful shot. She got that separation, and right on that right wing, beautiful, perfectly executed, and that's, I think, 15 already for Parrish.
Asher takes it underneath, had the open lane, but tried to pass it over to Johnson. It's going to be kicked off of Anna Habra, though, and stay with the Thunderhawks. And already 5 early points here from the Comets, pushing that lead to 11. Kind of in almost desperation mode here with knowing how good the Comets are. East is going to have to respond soon. Gets it underneath to Sturgill. Sturgill with a jump hook. Rebounded by Stanfield, though. It's going to be pushed up to Gilman. Gilman, top of the key with the three. Doesn't hit it. Habra underneath, gets the rebound and gets it to go. And a Habra 4 early points for the Comets.
Apologize for some camera issues, it looks like.
On the wing, gets it back out to Batcher at the top of the key. Johnson going to be commanding the offense here for the Thunderhawks. Trying to find a back cut. What a wonderful pass by Johnson to Batcher underneath. Batcher unable to get the hook around, though, and it's going to be backed out to Habra. Habra pushing it up the court swiftly. She gets it 2-on-1, unable to get the layup to go, though, and so it's going to be another transition here from Batcher. 1-on-1 with Stanfield. Turnaround, gets it over to Ash, and she's unable to finish there, is Stroud. Maddie Parrish at the top of the key. And she's just holding it there for now. In the Stanfield, in the lane. Parrish taking it strong up herself with a mid-ranger. And she's unable to hit it. Sturgill going up the court. Knight on her. 1-on-1 on the block. Sturgill gets her own rebound. And she gets it to go. Bella Sturgill with the strong finish over Annalise Knight. And we are having multiple technical difficulties. We apologize. We are trying to get it back for you right now. As Parrish tries to get a under the basket layup there and is unable to. Johnson on the wing, Parrish guarding. Deep three from Asher. Unable to connect, rebounded by Stanfield. Pushed up by Parrish. Parrish drives it in the lane and gets it fouled by Asher. It's going to be 2 shots for Maddie Parrish. Comets leading 37-26 right now, 4:17 left in the third quarter. We are trying to get this sorted out for you as fast as possible. Maddie Parrish hits the first of 2, pushing the lead to 12. And she's unable to get the second, rebounded by Asher. Asher pushing it up the court. Gilman meeting her at half court. Sturgill trying to find a pick, but unable to do so. Gets it out to Batcher. Batcher gives it to Johnson on the wing. Back up to Asher at the top of the key. Thinks about taking a three. She doesn't. She does pull it now, though. And Asher hits a three to bring this lead back within 10. 29-38, Comets lead. Anna Habra giving it to Stanfield. Top of the key, Stanfield pushing it below, gets it up herself, and it's Stanfield is going to be able to get the three, get the bucket there for another Comets 2 points. Batcher, top of the key, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson over to Asher. Asher guarded closely by Gilman. And she takes it underneath and is unable to get it to go. Rebounded by Habra. Habra pushing it up here quickly. 2-on-1. Thinks about it. Gets hit by her own teammate, but gets it out to Gilman. Gilman for three. And it's going to be short. Rebounded by Sturgill there. Asher trying to push it up herself. And she's going to slow it down here for the Thunderhawks. 40-29 is your score right now. 2:46 left in the half, in the third quarter. Guarded by Gilman. It's going to be a foul on Gilman. Asher on the receiving end of that. And we are trying to get this sorted out as quickly as possible. So sorry for the inconvenience right now. Inbounded to Asher. Gilman guarding close, gets it out to Johnson. Guarded by Kessler. Sturgill wide open underneath, and good cut by Sturgill there to get the bucket.
Yes, now East, obviously not in desperation time or anything as of yet, but the Comets, they have a nice 9-point lead in this half. It's been kind of going the same way that it kind of went in the first. Comets just trying to keep this lead.
And Habra is going to check in for Taylor Stanfield, and it's going to be Kessler to inbound the ball here. Gets it out to Habra. Habra just controlling this offense. They leave it wide open at the top of the key, but she doesn't pull it. Out to Gilman. Gilman working it around the top. And they're just getting everybody involved in this right now, trying to get something going below. Habra's open on the block, but she doesn't get it. They've switched to a zone here, has the Thunderhawks, and it seems to be working well. They can't really break it right now, can the Comets? Habra underneath. Habra with two people on her, takes it up and gets fouled. It's going to be 2 free throws for Anna Habra. And the Thunderhawks defense there. You know, they were playing man for most of this game. They switched to a zone, and the Comets really just unable to get anything going on the inside there. Habra shooting 2 here. 40-31 is her score right now. 1:38 left in the third quarter. Habra hits the first of 2, pushing this lead to 10 points. And as well, they are in the bonus for the last 1 minute 38 seconds of this quarter. Habra shooting her second one, hits it. And the Comets have switched to a full court press here. And they back off a little bit, but they're still meeting them at half court. Asher bringing it up slowly, Gilman guarding her tight. Gives it up to Batcher. Batcher over to Johnson. Trying to find some backdoor cut, but unable to do it. Almost stolen by Parrish. It's going to be reset outside by Stroud. Tries to find Batcher underneath. And it's going to be a loose ball there. And they're going to call that out of bounds on the Thunderhawks. It's going to go with the Comets. Great defense there by the Comets, just able to hold up. stand tall and not give up any ground on the Thunderhawks there. Maddie Parrish trying to find Gilman. Wild pass, though. It's going to be stolen away by the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, just a desperation pass there from Gilman, trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Rarely does something like that work. That time it doesn't.
Johnson trying to find a backdoor, couldn't. It's stolen away by Kessler. Kessler finds Habra on the fast break, and she finishes it for another 2 points there. Anna Habra. What a job she has done this quarter to boost up this Comets team. 31 seconds left in the quarter. It's going to be a foul called before the bucket on the Comets. On Maddie Parrish. It's going to be inbounding the ball. Straub. 29.8 seconds left in this quarter. Comets up 13. Jazz Johnson checks in for Anna Habra. Looking to get a last second shot off, most likely. After this, Asher finds Sturgill. Sturgill guarded by Stanfield. And travel is called on Sturgill. It's going to be the Comets ball, 22 seconds left. Most likely going to run the clock out and wait for the last shot, but a great chance here to take a commanding lead heading into the fourth, Daniel.
Yeah, now looks like Maddie Parrish and his Comet team probably just going to try and hold it for as long as possible.
And she doesn't, though. She takes it. Rebounded by Stanfield over 2 people, and she gets fouled. What a job by Stanfield, just out-muscling everybody underneath and getting the 2 free throws.
Yeah, so as I was saying it, Maddie Parrish does the complete opposite. It still works out for the Comets. They send Taylor Stanfield to the line, who's been shooting nearly 70% on the year from the line. I hope for no announcer's jinx. It's the first one.
Able to bury the first. You have to remember, though, still 5.7 seconds left in this quarter. If the Thunderhawks get a rebound, they are going to get a chance to go down the floor and get a shot off. Stanfield shooting a second. Gets it to go. Now the Comets are pressing up, not giving them any breathing room. Gilman on Asher. Asher has 2 people on her. 2 seconds left in the game. She chucks it up, and it's over the backboard. 46-31 is your score going into the fourth quarter, and we will see you on the other side of this. (46-31) is going to be your score heading into this fourth quarter. It's going to be Mason's ball. Parrish with Asher guarding close. Just finds Stanfield underneath. Stanfield, 2 people on her. Backs back out, takes a 3. Taylor Stanfield with the 3.
Yeah, Stanfield, the freshman, doing it all herself. Didn't like, the position she was in. Said, I'm just going to take a few steps back and add an extra 1 to what it would have been. That's a great job from Stanfield. Now it feels like the Comets in this quarter, they have such a big lead. It's just play clean basketball. Don't let anything get out of your way. And you should be smooth sailing.
Sturgill takes it on Stanfield. Unable to get it to go, though. Rebounded by Stanfield. Up to Habra. Pushing it. Gets it to... Thinks about getting it to Parrish. She was open. She gets it to her eventually. And what a move by Parrish. Can't finishes it, though, and goes back up. What a spin move by Parrish, though, to get open.
Yeah, an incredible move there from number 4, except just wasn't able to finish on the shot. Either the Comets will keep possession.
Inbound to Johnson on the wing. Johnson gets it to Stanfield underneath. Turns around. Tries to get it. Habra over 2 people. Gets the rebound, but gets it stolen away by Sturgill. Batcher pushing it up the floor quickly. Parrish tries to steal it from her. It's going to be stolen away by Habra. Habra 2-on-1 here, trying to push it up. Only Asher to stop her, and she can't. Habra gets it to go, pushing the lead to 20 early in this 4th quarter. Johnson slowly bringing the ball up here. You would think they need some urgency, down 20 already, but does not look to seem that they have any as of now. Johnson to Sturgill. Sturgill guarded by Stanfield close. Taking it underneath. Gets a hook around. The crowd wants to travel, but she airballs it anyways, and it's going to be rebounded by Habra. Habra getting it up to Parrish. Parrish putting a move. And has to pick up her dribble. Habra gets it out to Stanfield. Stanfield resets it at the top of the key. Up to Gilman, and it's going to be a timeout for the Comets there. Unfortunately, nothing really was going on that possession, so Coach Dudgeon really just wanted to look over that again. Up 20, you know, a lot of teams would just, you know, kind of chill out and think that, you know, this is enough, but not this Comets team. This Comets team is going to keep pushing and keep going no matter how much they're up, and that's why they're such a good team. That's why they're 17-1 and undefeated in the GMC. It's going to be interesting to see what lineups they try to use to finish out this 4th quarter with 5:55 remaining. But I think they're just going to try to keep getting Parrish going, keep getting Habra, and maybe get a couple threes from Jazz Johnson, who's in there right now. And Habra is going to go to the bench for the Comets. Lineup's going to be Stanfield, Knight, Gilman, Parrish, and Johnson coming out of this timeout. It's going to be Johnson to inbound it. The bunch formation here. Gilman wraps around, gets it to Parrish. Parrish working on Johnson. Parrish gets it to Stanfield underneath, but it's going to be tipped away by the Thunderhawks and stay with the Comets. Parrish inbounding it. Parrish through defender's arms to Johnson. Gets it back at the top of the key. Great find underneath to Gilman, but unable to finish it. She's going to get the ball back there. Finds Gilman at the top of the key. Over to Parrish. Deep 3 from Parrish. Hit a couple of those already, but unable to get that one. Stanfield, 2 people on him. Fadeaway jumper, and can't get that one to go. Asher going to be pushing it up here. Gives it over to Batcher. Batcher. Stroud. And the Thunderhawks are just slowing it down here, trying to play their own ball, get something going. Tries to find Straub underneath. It's going to be stolen by Parrish. Pushed up quickly by her. Takes it up physically, but unable to finish. It's going to be the Thunderhawks coming back with a little thunder of their own on the other end. Straub elects not to take the 3. And they're going to slow it back down here. Asher finds Johnson on the wing. Gets it back, takes a three, and she hits it. Brooke Asher with a much-needed deep three.
What a shot there. 35% three-point shooter, second on the team. That's not just a three, that's a deep three right there. That's a big shot for them.
Yeah, it's going to be Knight in the corner here. Gets it over to Stanfield. Stanfield to Parrish. Parrish takes it in herself over two defenders, and she gets it to go. She let them know that they did not guard that well there.
A little bit of vocalage there after the shot. Maddie Parrish just started to be her night, as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast. It wasn't doing a whole lot in those first couple of minutes, but once she figured it out, she hasn't looked back.
Blocked by Knight. Out to Johnson. Johnson to Stanfield. Parrish has it open on the wing. Seen her take a couple from there already, but unable to get that going. That's going to be a foul on Asher. It's going to stay with the Comets. 3:28 here left in this fourth quarter. Comets are up 53-34. And this has slowly turned into a blowout, where at halftime I really thought this was going to be a really good game.
Yeah, the Comets have just been taking full advantage, taking all the momentum that they can. And we mentioned how right before halftime it was only a few point difference.
As that's going to be an and one there from Johnson. 3:17 left in this fourth quarter, 36-53. Johnson's at the line for one. Great transition offense there by the Thunderhawks, just able to get it up quickly and get it in the boot there. Johnson makes her first of one, and it's going to be a timeout on the Lakota East Thunder. And this has really just been pure domination at this point in the second half, hasn't it, Daniel?
Yeah, and we look to these next games for each team. Next up for the Comets is Saturday at Middletown. It'll be their second meeting, a 71-38 win earlier in the season. So the Comets, this kind of felt like their last little, bump in the road potentially. But after tonight, it looks like that they will most likely be taking home another GMC title. And these two teams, so much history. Last time that they met, it was the last home game for Coach Matula, and now the next time that they meet after that, it's the Comets, not officially, but pretty much sealing the GMC the first year after his absence. So it's been just a great year for this Comet team overall.
Wild pass by Parrish on the inbounds. Almost gets it back, but it's going to be stolen. Johnson out to Straub on the wing. Straub taking it up strong. Gets it back out to Johnson, and Johnson unable to get that three to go. Ripped away by Parrish, has three people on her, and she's going to be fouled. 3 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Comets up 53-37, and they're going to have the ball inbounding on the side. Taylor Stanfield checking in for Jazz Johnson.
You mentioned next up for the Thunderhawks, they will be going to Fairfield on Saturday at 1:45. Fairfield 3-15, one of the lowest teams in the GMC. It's their second meeting of the year. First time Lakota East took that matchup 50-35.
Stanfield on the wing, gets it out to Gilman. Gilman, top of the key, puts a move on Boucher. Haber's just going to take it back out. It's running the clock down here, 2:43 left in this game. Just getting it to the end of the game. But Parrish says, no, I'm going to take it myself. Goes up for a nice two in the lane. Maddie Parrish taking command of this game, isn't she?
Absolutely.
As Brooke Asher, to no fault of her own, is Lakota East going to lose this game because she has done a tremendous job here.
Yeah, Brooke Asher has shown that she is, even though this Lakota East team is down so much, she is one of the top players in the GMC. Came in tonight top 10 in a lot of statistical categories, and you look at her the number 21, 18 points tonight. The rest of the team, and not a whole lot. She's really been that main piece for this offense so far tonight, and we kind of expected that looking at last year where she had 10 and then 15 in those 2 meetings against Mason, this one being her best, but it's not the game that you wanted if you're a Lakota East fan, trying to fight for that GMC championship. The Comets just completely outmatched them.
Yeah, I mean, star power for star power, Maddie Parrish versus Brooke Asher, but Maddie Parrish is going to come on top this time, and it's been a great fight, but she is just something else, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Comets up 55-39. Just 2 minutes remaining in this game. Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Habra, Knight, Gilman, Stanfield, and Parrish. Still keeping in the starters, even up nearly 20 points late in this game.
Yeah, the Comets have done this a lot this year. When they're up, you could throw in your JV girls or something like that, but they like to keep their main girls out there. Obviously, you're hoping for no sort of injury or something like that, especially with the season starting to come to an end. But we get to see these
one-handed pass there by Parrish. Look at little Mahomie. Out to Gilman, top of the key, finds Parrish underneath. Parrish putting a move on him, gets another bucket. Maddie Parrish.
I mean, how many times have we seen that tonight from Maddie Parrish? She's taking it right in. Not being a one-girl show, but I mean, no one here is defending her.
Can't find anything underneath. Kim Straven, she's going to just back it out. It's going to be a foul on the Comets. Going to stay with the Thunderhawks. 1:52 remaining in this game. Johnson inbound. Sturgill checks in. Gives it over to Asher, guarded by Gilman. Back to Johnson. Out to Batcher on the wing. Batcher gets it under to Sturgill. Gives it out to Johnson for a 3, and she can't hit it though. But it's going to be rebounded and stolen away by Parrish. Parrish gets it up to Habra, and Habra's going to slow it down instead of taking that one-on-one underneath. Instead, though, she just goes right back and gets it to go. Another tough layup by Anna Habra.
That's just physicality, a physical player being physical. It's what we've seen all 3 years from Anna Habra this junior. Even since her freshman year, we saw that so many times. And as the years have progressed, she's just gotten better and better at out-muscling those girls down there.
Taking it up against the press herself here is Habra. Finds Parrish. Parrish behind the back tonight. Gets it out to Habra. Habra is just going to back it back out here with 52 seconds remaining in this game.
That's the thing about doing a behind-the-back pass. A lot of times your teammates aren't expecting that. Annalise Knight had no clue that ball was about to be going to her. A flashy pass, but not able to do much.
And Parrish gets tripped up here. Gets it to Stanfield, though, before she goes to the ground. 30 seconds remaining. And they're just going to back it out here and probably get it to the end of the game.
This Comet team starting to get an ovation for their performance tonight.
Stolen by Batcher, though. And Habra is going to steal it right back, though. It's going to stay with the Thunderhawks, however. 21 seconds remaining.
Yeah, but this is the best game you could have asked for if you're a Mason Comet fan. Going in to enemy territory, playing the team right below you when you're at the top, and putting on a show like this, winning in dominant fashion. Clock at 12.
Yeah, but I mean, battling adversity too, I mean, they struggled a little bit early on, but Thunderhawks put up a fight, and it was a close game at halftime, but, this team is just something else, and they really put it away in the second half, and it was a great game to watch. Thank you for watching this broadcast. The Comets are going to be your winners, 59-39 against the Lakota East Thunderhawks. This has been a great game for the Comets, pushing them to 18-1, and we will see you in